Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to solve the IGCSE paper 4, October-November 2023, variant 1. Before starting the paper, I request you please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button. Now let's start the question of this paper. Question 1 part A, describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B. To identify the transformation, we see the size. If the size is same, next we will check the shape A is to be dragged or not dragged. You see here the shape A is dragged here uh, because when we join the image points and the object points, the lines are parallel. If the lines are parallel, it means this shape is dragged. When the shape is dragged, therefore this is the translation. Therefore, we write here is the shape A onto shape B is the translation. Now we see the translation vector. We mark any points object A and we take the image points, the corresponding image points of the shape B. This is the image points of the shape B and this is the object point. You see here how many units this point A is shifted to point B1. Now how many points you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unit left and 1 unit down. The 7 unit left and 1 unit down, this point A1 is shifted to B1 in the translation. Therefore, this column vector will be -7, -1. And this is the translation of shape A onto shape B. Part A describe fully transformation that maps A shape A onto C. You see here, this is the shape A and this is the shape C. The size of the shape is same. Therefore, this is not an enlargement. Next, we will see if the size is same. Next, we check the shape is dragged or not dragged. You see here, the shape A is not dragged to C because when we join the image points and the object points, the lines will not be parallel. You can check by joining these lines. Therefore, this is the rotation. This transformation is rotation. Firstly, we find the angle of rotation to describe the transformation. To find the angle of rotation, we mark the object points of object A. This is the point A1, this is point A2, this is point A3. Now next we mark here is this is point C1, this is C2 and this is C3. Now we will draw the perpendicular bisector between A1 and C1. Next we will draw the perpendicular bisector A2C2 and A3C3. Where these perpendicular bisector intersects, this point will be the center of rotation. Now let's draw the perpendicular bisector between A1 and C1. You see here, firstly, we will draw the arc on left side from taking A1 as a center. Next, we will draw the arc on the right side. You see here, this is the arc on right side, taking A1 as a center. Next, we will draw the arc taking C1 as a center on right side. This arc intersect the first arc at this position. Next, we will draw the arc on left side, and this arc intersected at this position. And these 2 points, we will join it. This is the perpendicular bisector. When we join these points, this is the perpendicular bisector between A1, C1. Next, we will draw the perpendicular bisector between A2 and C2. Now, you see here these The perpendicular bisector between A1, C1 and A2, C2 intersect this point, and this is the center of rotation. Now we can find the angle between shape A and shape C if we join the C1 to center of rotation, and next we will join A1 to this center of rotation. You see here the angle between A1 or center of rotation, we name it as R. A1 R C1, the angle between them is 90 degree, and this is the clockwise direction you see here. This is the clockwise, therefore we write here is this shape A onto shape C. It is the rotation having center of rotation phi 1, sorry, in clockwise direction. Plot B on the diagram, draw the image of shape A after reflection in the line y equal to 2. We will draw the image of this shape A after reflection in y equal to 2. I am using a separate diagram for better understanding. Therefore, firstly, we will draw the line of reflection y equal to 2. You see here, this is the line of reflection y equal to 2, which is parallel to x-axis, and will this line passes the y-axis at point 2. Therefore, this is the line y equal to 2. We have to draw the image of shape A after reflection. We will draw the image of each point of this shape after reflection y equal to 2. Firstly, we mark the image point after reflection y equal to 2 of the object of the shape A point A1. You see here A1 is 6 unit away. This is 6 unit away. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will mark the point above 6 unit above of image of object point A1 after reflection. Next is the A2. This is sorry, A3. You see here these points. This point is 1, 2, 3, 4 unit away. Therefore, we mark 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the image points. Now we name it as D1. This name it as D2, and next is the D3. Sorry, this image point. And next is A2 is also 1, 2, 3, 4 unit away. Therefore, we take the points 4 unit above 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the point T2. Now we join this D1 to D2 and D3. We get a triangle. This triangle we name it as T, and this is the translation of the shape A after reflection y equal to 2. Next is shape A after an enlargement scale factor -2 center 0, 0. The points of the shape A1 here is 3 minus 4, A2 is 2 minus 2, and A3 is 3 minus 2. We get the image point after an enlargement with scale factor -2. If we multiply these coordinate by -2, when the center of enlargement is 0, 0, we can get the image point if we multiply the object points by scale factor -2. You see here this is -6, 8, and this point we name it as, suppose E1. This is E1, and next point is E2 is -4 plus 4, and this point is E3. This is -6 plus 4. Now we will mark the points. These image points you see here, -6, 8. Next is -4, 4. This is -4, 4. And next is -6, 4, -6, 4. And we will join these points. And after joining these points, we get the enlargement triangle, and we name it as E. This is the enlargement of shape A after reflection -2, 2 when the center of rotation is 0, 0. Question number 2, part A. Find the value of S when A equal to 9.8 and T equal to 20. To find the value of S, we substitute the value of A and T in this equation. The equation here is S equal to 1 over 2 AT square. The value of A is 9.8 and the value of T is 20 square. And we can write this as 1 over 2 multiplied by 9.8 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 20. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 10 is 20. Therefore, 9.8 multiplied 10 multiplied by 20, we multiply it, we get 1960, and this is the value of S. Next is part B. Solve 5 into 4y minus 3 equal to 15. We expand this equation. You see here, 5 multiplied by 4y, we get 20y. Next, we will multiply 5 into 30, we get minus 15 equal to 15. And 20y is equal to 15 plus 15. Then this value will be equal to 20y equal to 30. To get y, we divide 20 on both sides, we get 30 over 20. And this will be equal to 1.5. Y equal to 1.5 is the answer. Next is the part C. Expand and simplify. Firstly, we expand the first expression. We multiply 3 into 5x, we get 15x. Next, we multiply 3 into 8, we get minus 3 times 8 is 24. Minus 2 multiply 3x, we get minus 6x. Next is minus 2 multiplied by minus 7, we get plus 14. Now we add the like term, 15 minus 6x, this will be equal to 9x. Minus 24 plus 14, this will be equal to minus 10. And this is the answer. Part D, rearrange A equal to 2b square minus 3c cube to make the C the subject. We can write this equation A equal to 2b square minus 3c cube. We shift the 3c cube from right to left side, it becomes A plus 3c cube equal to 2b square. Next, we will shift the capital A from left to right side. This equation becomes 3c cube equal to 2b square minus A. For value of C, we shift 3 from left to right side. Therefore, it becomes c cube equal to 2b square minus A over 3, and C will be equal to 2b square minus A over 3 cube root. We take the cube root on both sides, therefore C cube root, it will be cancelled. Therefore, C will be equal to 2b square minus A over 3 cube root, and this is the answer. Part E, factorize 6p cube minus 4q minus 3p plus 2. We take the common first two terms. You see here, 2q is the common in this expression. This becomes 3p minus 2. And the next two term minus 3p plus 2 minus 1 is a common. Therefore, we can write minus 3p, it becomes plus 3p. Plus 2 become minus 2. Now you see here 3p minus 2 is common in both terms. Therefore, 3p minus 2 into 2q minus 1. And this is the factorization of this part E. Question number 3, part A. The table shows the information about some of the planet in the solar system. Part first. The average distance of Mars from the Sun is 2.279 multiplied 10 power 8 kilometer. Write the distance as an ordinary number. You see here, the number here is in standard form. We convert into ordinary form. You see here, we can write 2279 over 1000. Because we convert this decimal into improper fraction, this decimal fraction into improper fraction, multiply by Question number 3, part A. The table shows the information about some of the planet in solar system. The average distance of Mars from the Sun is 2.279 multiplied 10 power 8 kilometer. Write this distance as an ordinary number. You see here, this distance is in standard form. We have to convert in ordinary form. Therefore, we can write its decimal value 2.279. We can write 2279 over 1000. We multiply 10 power 8 means 100 million. Divide this value 100 million by 1000. Therefore, this value 30 will be cancelled. And we get 2279 100,000. And this is the answer. Part second, the planet Uranus has a diameter that is 35% of the diameter of Jupiter. Calculate the diameter of Uranus. Now the diameter of Uranus will be equal to 35.8%, 5.8 over 100 multiplied by diameter of Jupiter. The diameter of Jupiter you see here, this is 143,000, and therefore this value will be equal to 251,194 kilometer. This is the answer. Part third, the ratio of diameter of Neptune, ratio diameter of Saturn can be written in the form of 1:n. Find the value of n. The diameter of Neptune, you see here the 49,500 ratio. Diameter of Saturn, the diameter of Saturn is 120,500. Now we have to make the ratio 1:n. Therefore, we divide by 49,100. This value will become 1. And this is 120,500 divided by 49,500. And 20 will be cancelled. Now 1:1205 over 495. We divide it, we get 1:2.43. The n is equal to 2.43. This is the answer. Find the average distance of Neptune from the Sun as a percentage of the average distance of the Earth from the Sun. Percentage of average distance of Neptune from the Sun is equal to average distance of Neptune from the Sun divided by average distance of the Earth from the Sun multiplied by 100. The distance of Neptune from the Sun is 4.495 multiply 10 power 9 multiply 100 divided by distance of Earth is 1.496 multiply 10 power 8, and this will be equal to 4.495 over 1.496 multiply 10 power 9. This is 10 power 2 plus 2, and this is 10 power minus 8 when we shift from denominator to numerator. Therefore, this value becomes 4.495 over 1.496 multiply by 10 power 3, and this will be equal to 3004% is the answer. Question number 3, fifth part of A. Distance within the solar system also measured in astronomical unit AU. The average distance of Jupiter from Sun is 5.2 AU. Calculate the average distance of Mars from the Sun is in an astronomical units. Now the distance, first distance we write here is in AU, and next distance we take in kilometer. You see here the distance of Jupiter from Sun in AU is 5.2, and distance of Jupiter in kilometer is 7.786 multiplied 10 power 8. And we have to calculate the distance of Mars from Sun in AU. We suppose that this is x, and the distance of Mars from Sun in astronomical unit is in kilometer is 2.279 multiplied 10 power 8. This will be equal to x over 5.2 equal to 7.786 multiplied 10 power 8 over 2.279 multiplied 10 power 8, and this will be cancelled. Therefore, x will be equal to 7.786 over 2.279 multiplied by 5.2. This will be equal to 1.522, and this is the distance in AU. Therefore, we write 1.522 AU, and this is the answer. Part 6, the diameter of Mars is 39.2% greater than the diameter of Mercury. Calculate the diameter of Mercury. We suppose that the diameter of Mercury is x. Let the diameter of Mercury is equal to x. Therefore, the diameter of Mars, this will be equal to 39%, 2% greater than the diameter of Mercury. Therefore, the diameter of Mercury x plus 39.2% of x, and this value here is Mars diameter. You see here the Mars diameter is 6800. We write here is 6800 equal to x plus 39.2 over 100 x, and we can write it as 6800 equal to x plus 0.392x, and this will be equal to 1.392x equal to 6800, and this will be equal to 6800 divided by 1.392x, and this will be equal to 4,885 kilometer is the answer. Part B, 1 light year is the distance that light travel in 1 year of 365.25 days. The speed of light is 2.9979 into 10 power 5 kilometer per second. Show that 1 light year is 9.461 into 10 power 12 kilometer. You see here the time of 1 light year, that's equal to 365.25 days, and we convert into power 1 multiplied by 24, and after this we convert into second. This will be equal to 365.25 multiplied by 24 multiplied by 3600. This value become in second. Next we the speed of light here is given is 2.9979 10 power 5 kilometer per second. Now we have to find the distance, 1 light year distance. You see here the distance will be equal to speed multiplied by time. You see here the speed is 2.9979 multiplied 10 power 5 multiply 365.25 multiply 24 multiply 3600. This will be equal to 9.46 multiplied 10 power 7 into 10 power 5. This will be equal to 9.460 10 power 12 second is the answer. Part second, the distance from the Andromeda galaxy to Earth is 2.4 into 10 power 19 kilometer. Calculate the time taken for light to travel from this galaxy to Earth. Give your answer in millions of years. You see here the time is equal to distance divided by speed. You see here the distance from Andromeda galaxy to Earth is 2.4 into 10 power 19 kilometer. Speed of light here is 2.9979 multiplied 10 power 5. This will be equal to 0.80056 multiplied 10 power 14. And we can write it as 8.0056 multiply 10 power 13. Now the answer in seconds, we convert into year, we divide this value a 0.80056 multiply 10 power 14, we divide it by 3600, this value will convert into hours. When we divide by 24, this value convert into days. Then the 365.25, we divide this value 365.25, it will convert into years. Now we calculate it. Denominator value become 3.155 multiplied 10 power 7. Now we divide this value 0.80056 divided by 3.155. We get 2.5. 3 into 10 power 6. The answer will be in the years. Therefore, we can write it in 2.53 million years. This is the answer. Question 4, part A. Lucia has two fair spinners. Spinner A is 5-sided, spinner B is 9-sided. Lucia spin two spinner and record whether they land on prime number. Complete the tree diagram. You see here, this is spinner A. Here are three prime number, 2, 3 and 5. We write here is the prime number for spinner A is n of p. Here are 3 and the remaining number will be 2. Therefore, not prime number. We mark it n of p dash. Here are 2. Not in the 9-sided spinner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and not a prime number will be 4. Now we write the probability of spinner A. The probability of prime number here, total number of prime number divided by total number. Total number are 5, therefore prime number here are 3 and total number here are 5. Now the not prime number you see here, the not prime number here are 2 and the total numbers here are 5. And in the spinner B, we write the total number of prime number here are 5 out of 9 numbers. And not prime number you see here, total number of not prime number here are 4. And the total number of numbers here are 9. We write 4 over 9 and same value we write here is 5 over 9 and 4 over 9. Part second, find the probability that the two numbers are both prime number. Therefore, this probability of both prime number will be equal to probability of spinner A prime number into probability of spinner B prime number. Spinner A probability of spinner A prime number here are 3 over 5 and the probability of spinner B prime number is 5 over 9. Now we can write it as 1 over 3 is the answer. Part B, the two numbers that are not prime number, we can write not both prime number will be equal to 1 minus probability of both prime numbers. Therefore, we can write 1 minus 1 over 3. This will be equal to 3 minus 1 over 3 and this is 2 over 3 and this is the answer. Part B, Lucia spins spinner A 120 times. Find the expected number of times the spinner lands on a prime number. Now this is the expected frequency, you can say the expected number of times the spinner lands on the prime number. This will be equal to number of times of spinner A land on prime number multiply the probability of the spinner A prime number. You see here the number of times the spinner A spin is 120 times, and the probability of spinner A on prime number is 3 over 5. Therefore, this value will be equal to 360 over 5, and we can write it as 72 is the answer. Part C, Lucia spins spinner B twice. Find the probability that the two number it lands on add up to 9 or more. You see here the spinner B spins twice. Therefore, the possible landing number here are in horizontal direction when the spinner spin first time, and when the spinner spin second time. These are the landing number. When we add all these two numbers, we get the result here, and table shows the result of this addition. Now we will see the addition is 9 or more. Here numbers 9 is 2 times. Here the number is 2 times. You see here these are 2 times, and the next number 9 or more here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times, and next is also 6. When we add all these numbers, we get 20, and therefore the probability that the two numbers it's land and up to 9 or more will be equal to two numbers landing at up to 9 or more. Here we write here is addition of two numbers 9 or more divided by total number of sample space. You see here the total number of sample space here 9 times 9 is 81. We write here is 81. The addition of two numbers 9 or more here are 20. We write 20. Therefore 20 over 81 is the probability. Part D, Lucia keeps spinning spinner B until it lands on 4. Find expression in terms of n, find the probability that it happens on nth spin. Firstly, we find the probability of spinner B lands on 4. We represent by P probability of L4 equal to number of times the landing 4 divided by total number of landings. You see here the number of landing 4 is 4 times, total landing here is 9, and the probability of not landing 4, this is we represent L dash, this will be equal to 1 minus 4 over 9, this will be equal to 5 over 9. Now the probability this happens on the nth spin, therefore probability of first spin landing is not 4 into probability of landing second spin. Now the probability of first spin is not landing 4, therefore we write probability of L4 dash into probability of L4 dash into probability of third spin with also not landing 4 and multiply, and the probability of nth spin is the probability of L4. Therefore, probability of L4 dash is 5 over 9 multiply by 5 over 9 multiply by 5 over 9 multiply by 5. Last value here is 5 over 9, and before this value is 5 over 9 multiply. Last value will be 4 over 9, and this value is probability of L4 dash because the n minus 1 spin is not landing 4. Now you see here we can write it as 5 over 9 power n minus 1 into 4 over 9, and this is the answer. 5A, ACD is a right angle triangle, B on AC, BC 54.5, AD 83.2 meter, angle ABD 38 degree, calculate ACD. You see here, this is the right angle triangle ACD. We write here is in triangle ACD. We can find this angle ACD by using the trigonometric ratio. You see here, this is the opposite side of the angle C, and this is the adjacent side. We take the ratio opposite our adjacent equal to tan ACD. Opposite side here is 83.2 meter. Adjacent side here is AC, and tan ACD will be equal to 83.2 our AC. We can write this 83.2 our length AC equal to 54.5 plus length of AB. We can calculate this length AB from the triangle ABD. This triangle ABD, we use the trigonometric ratio. In triangle ABD, AD is the opposite side and AB is adjacent side. We write here is opposite side AD, our length AB equal to tan 38 degree. Therefore, we can write it as 30 AD is 83.2 meter. Our length AB equal to tan 38 degree, and AB will be equal to 83.2 our tan 38 degree. This length AB will be equal to 106.49, and we can write it as 106.5. Therefore, we can write tan 83.2 over 54.5 plus 106.5, and this value will be equal to 83.2 over 161. Therefore, ACD angle will be equal to tan inverse 83.2 over 161. Now this value will be equal to 27.32 degree. This is the answer. Part B, EFG is a right angle triangle. A circle can be drawn, passes through three vertices of the triangle. On the diagram, mark the position of the center of the circle with a cross. Explain how you decide. Center of the circle will be the midpoint of FG, because if we consider this is the diameter of a circle, the diameter makes angle at the circumference 90 degree. Therefore, this position will be the center of circle. Therefore, we write midpoint of FG is center, because in this case FG is diameter of this circle. The diameter subtended the angle at circumference is 90 degree. You see here, this is the circle passes through the vertices of the triangle, and FG is the diameter of this circle. Part C, in triangle LMN, the ratio angle L, ratio angle M, ratio angle N equal to 4 ratio 5 ratio X. In triangle PQR, PQ 6 centimeter, PR 4 centimeter, QR 5 centimeter. Calculate the difference between largest angle PQR and the largest angle in triangle LMN. Firstly, we calculate the angle L, M, and N. You see here the ratio of the angle L, ratio angle M, ratio angle N. Here are 4 ratio 5 ratio 6. Let actual angles will be 4x, 5x, and 6x. The sum of interior angle of this triangle LMN will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, this 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15x will be equal to 180, and x will be equal to 180 over 15 divided by 15. This will be equal to 12 degree. Therefore, the angle L equal to 4x. Therefore, we can write 4 multiplied by 12 is 48 degree. Angle M is 5x, and this will be equal to 5 into 12 is 60 degree, and angle N is equal to 6x. This will be equal to 6 multiplied by 12. That's equal to 72 degree. You see here the largest angle here is N is 72 degree, and the next largest angle we have to calculate in the triangle PQR. The largest angle in this triangle PQR will be the angle opposite to the largest side. You see here, this is the angle R will be the largest angle. Therefore, we can calculate this angle R by using the cosine rule. So we write here in triangle PQR, use cosine rule here, this equal to PQ square equal to PR square plus QR square minus 2 times of PR into QR, the product of these two adjacent sides, into cos of the angle between adjacent side is angle R. Now we substitute the value. PR here is 4. We write 4 square. QR is 5. 5 square minus 2 times of 4 into 5 into cos R. And PQ square here is 6 square. Therefore, we can write it as 36 as 4 square is 16 plus 25 minus 40 cos R. We shift the 40 cos R from right to left side. It becomes positive 40 cos R equal to 16 plus 25. We shift the 36 from left to right side. 40 cos R will be equal to 5. Therefore, cos R will be equal to 5 over 40, and this will be equal to 0.125, and R will be equal to cos inverse 0.125, and this value will be equal to 82.8 degree. Now we have to calculate the difference between largest angle of PQR and the largest angle in NLMN. Therefore, the difference of these largest angle you see here. Therefore, we write 82.8 minus 72 degree. This will be equal to 10.2 degree, and this is the difference. Question 6, part A. Complete the table for 3 sequences. Firstly, sequence A. In this sequence, you see here -7, -3, 1, 5 are the terms. To check the sequence, we see the difference between each term. You see here the difference between -3 and -7 is 4. 1 and -3 is 4, and 1 and 5 is also 4. Therefore, the next term we can calculate. If we add 4 in the fourth term, we get 5 plus 4, this value equal to 9. This is the fifth term. Now the nth term we can find. You see here, this is the linear sequence. Linear sequence is equal to an plus p. The a is the difference between these two terms. Here you can say the term rule value. The term rule value is 4. We write 4n plus b. B is the difference between first term and the term rule value. The difference between -7 and -4, this is equal to 4n minus 11. This is the nth term. Next sequence B, you see here the difference. Firstly, we check the difference. 13 minus 7. You see here the difference here is 6. Next difference is 10. And the 37 minus 23, the next difference is 14. You see here the each difference add 4 in each difference. Therefore, the next difference will be 18, and we add 18 in 37. Therefore, we get the value here 37 plus 18, that will be equal to 55. The fifth term here is 55. The next we have to calculate the nth term. You see here this sequence is not a linear sequence. We check the next difference. You see here the next difference here is 10 minus 6 is 4. 14 minus 10 is also 4, and next is also 4. Therefore, this is the quadratic sequence. The equation of quadratic sequence an square plus b. You see here the a value you can calculate uh, by dividing the difference value. You'd see here the second difference value is 4 divided by 2, you get 2, and this value is 2. You write here is 2n square. The second value you can calculate, take the difference between first value of the sequence. The first value of this sequence is 7 and the value of a is 2. You can write 7 minus 2. This is the value of p. Therefore, you can write 2n square plus p. This is the nth term of the sequence p. And next sequence c. You see here the sequence in fraction. Here, firstly you will write the value of the numerator. You see here the numerator you can get if you add the 1 in each term. Therefore, the fifth term you get 6. And next you see here the denominator, it is the cube of 3. Therefore, this is 3 cube, and this is 3 power 4, and this is 3 power 5, this is 3 power 6, and this will be equal to 3 power 7. Therefore, this value will be equal to 6 over 3 power 7 is equal to 2187. When you divide by 3, you can get 2 over 729, and this is the fifth term value. Now the nth term value you can calculate easily. You see here this is the numerator sequence is linear sequence. Therefore, you can write an plus b is 1n plus b is the difference between the first term and the term value. The term value is 1, first value is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. Therefore, you can write n plus 1. Denominator, you see here the denominator, write 2 plus 1, sorry, 1 plus 2. And the second sequence, second term, you can write 2 plus 2. The third term, you can write 3 plus 2. And the fourth is 4 plus 2. Therefore, the nth term value will be equal to 3 power. The nth term value of the denominator of this nth term will be 3 power n plus 2. Now, therefore, this is the nth term of sequence C. Part B in a sequence, the sum of first 49 term is 7644. The sum of 50 term is 7975. The 50th term of this sequence. You see here the Sn minus 1. We can get that term value. This is the an. You see here S50 minus S49. This will be equal to A50, and this is 7975 minus 7644. This will be equal to 331. This is the answer. Question number 7. The frequency table shows the time of each of 42 athletes in a race. Calculate an estimate of the mean time. The mean time is equal to sum of values divided by total number of values. Sum of values we can calculate by multiplying the frequency to the class mark. The class mark here is the middle value of the data. The middle value of 216 to 219 is 17.5. This is the middle value of the data. We can calculate it by adding lower limits and upper limits and then divided by 2, we get 217.5. The next value we can calculate same as we take the middle of 219 plus 225 divided by 2. This will be value will be equal to 221.5. And the third value 224 plus 234 divided by 2, this will be equal to 229. And next value 234 plus 244 divided by 2, this value will be equal to 239. And next is 244 plus 264 divided by 2, this value will be equal to 254. Now we multiply this class mark to frequency. 9 multiplied to 17.5. This value will be equal to 1957.5. And next 221.5 multiply 14, we get 3101. And 229 multiplied by 14, we get 3206. 239 multiplied by 2, this value will be equal to 478. And 254 multiplied by 3, this value will be equal to 762. Now we sum of these value will be equal to 9504.5. Therefore, the mean will be equal to 9504.5 divided by the total frequency you see here was 42. And when we divide it, the answer will be equal to 226.39. This is the estimate mean time. Part B, complete the histogram. In this histogram, the two bars here are given. Now here are 5 intervals. Therefore, these 3 bar we have to draw. To draw these bar, firstly we have to find the frequency density. The frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. You see here the class width of these 3 interval is 224 minus 219. The class width here is 5, and 234 minus 224, the class width here is 20, and next is class width is 10. When we divide the frequency divided by class width, this will be equal to frequency density 14 divided by 5. This will be equal to 2.8. Next is 14 divided by 10. This will be equal to 1.4. And next, the frequency 2 divided by the class width is 10 is 0.2. Now we draw the bar here. You see here 219 to 224 is the position 224. Now we will draw a vertical line. The height of this line is 2.8, and we join this vertical line to the first bar. Next is bar we have to draw is 1.4 height, and the width here is 224 to 234. You see here 224 to 234. This is the width, and we will draw the vertical line of from 234, and this height of this vertical line is it would be 1.4 because the frequency density here is 1.4. Therefore, we join this vertical line to the second bar, and this is the third bar of the histogram. Next is the fourth bar. You see here the class interval in between 234 to 244, and the width frequency density 0.2. Therefore, we will draw the bar of height 0.2. This is the position of 0.2, and we will join this third bar to the fourth bar. This is the vertical line of the fourth bar, and we will join the third bar, and this is the fourth bar of the histogram, and the histogram of this table is completed. Question number 8, part A. The diagram shows a solid form by joining two hemispheres and a cylinder. The radius of hemisphere is 5.4 centimeter. Radius of small hemisphere and the radius of cylinder are both 3.6 centimeter. Show that the volume of solid is 692 cubic centimeter. Correct to nearest cubic centimeter. See here, the volume of solid will be equal to the volume of small hemisphere plus volume of cylinder plus volume of large hemisphere. Volume of sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cube. The volume of hemisphere we will write 1 over 2 into 4 over 3 pi into r cube. The radius of small hemisphere is 3.6. We write 3.6 cube. Next is the volume of cylinder. The volume of cylinder is equal to pi r square h. Therefore, we write here is pi into radius of both hemisphere and cylinder is same. Therefore, we write 3.6 whole square into height. Height is 6.5 centimeter plus volume of large hemisphere. Therefore, we write the uh, formula of hemisphere is 1 over 2 into 4 over 3 into pi into r cube. R is 5.4 and therefore 5.4 cube. Now we calculate it. This value is equal to 97.72, and when we multiply this value pi into 3.6 square into 6.5, this will be equal to 264.68. Next we calculate it, the third value, this will be equal to 329.83, and the total of these three values will be equal to 692.23 cubic centimeter, and this is the 3SF value is 692 cubic centimeter, and this is the answer, and we have to prove the volume of solid is 692 cubic centimeter. Part second, a mathematical similar solid is made of silver. In this solid, cylinder has radius 0.6 centimeter. 1 cubic centimeter of silver has a mass of 10.49 gram. Calculate the total mass of the silver solid. We have to find the mass. The mass is equal to density into volume. Here is the density given. The density of the silver is 10.49 gram. We write here is 10.49 gram per cubic centimeter. But the volume of the silver is not given. We can find this volume by using the rule of similar figure, in which the ratio of the similar volumes is equal to the cube of the corresponding ratio of the similar figure. You see here the volume of silver, we name it as Vs, the volume of solid ratio, that's equal to length of silver solid. The length of silver solid is here is radius is 0.6 centimeter. Therefore, we write here is 0.6 centimeter. The corresponding length of similar solid, the radius of this solid is 3.6 centimeter, because the silver solid cylinder has radius 0.6 centimeter. The similar solid has radius of this cylinder is 3.6 centimeter. We take the cube of this ratio. Now you know the volume of solid is 692. We write here is 692, and 0.6 over 3.6 cube, and this volume will be equal to 0.6 cube over 3.6 cube multiplied by 692, and this value equal to 3.9203 cubic centimeter. Now we put the value of volume of silver here. You see here the mass is 10.49 multiplied by volume of silver is 3.3. This value is 3.203. We write here is 3.203. And we substitute the volume of silver here is 3.203. And when we multiply this, we get 33.6 gram is the answer. Part B, AOB is a sector of circle center O. AO length is 10 centimeter. The sector of angle is 216 degree. Calculate the arc length of this sector. Give your answer as a multiple of pi. You see here, this is the sector, and the angle of sector here is 216 degree, and the radius of circle is 10 centimeter. We use the formula to calculate the length of this arc AB. We write here is arc length AB will be equal to x degree divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. Here x is 216 divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi r is 10. Now 0 will be cancelled. You see here 2 ones are 2. 2 times 18 is 36. We can write 216 over 18 pi. 18 times 1 is 18. 3 is carried out. Therefore 18 times 2 is 36. Therefore 12 pi will be the answer. Second part of B, a cone is made from this sector by joining OA to OB. Calculate the volume of the cone. Before calculating the volume of the cone, firstly we have to find the radius and the height of the cone. You see here, this is the cone is made from the sector, above sector. Therefore, the base of the circumference of cone is equal to 12 pi. This is the R, and the base of the circumference of cone, this will be equal to 2 pi r, and this value is here will be equal to the arc length of sector. We write here is arc length of sector is 12 pi, and this equal to 2 pi r. Therefore pi will be cancelled. The r will be equal to 12 over 2 is 6 centimeter. Next we have to find the height of the cone. We can find height of the cone if the slant length of the cone is given. You see here, this cone is made by the sector. The radius of the cone equal to slant length of the cone. Therefore this radius here is 10 centimeter. Therefore we can calculate the height by using the Pythagoras theorem. This height will be equal to h square will be equal to hypotenuse square minus base square, and this length is here is 10 square minus 6 square. This will be equal to 100 minus 36 is 64. Therefore h will be equal to 8. We substitute the value in this formula. V equal to 1 over 3 pi r square h. Here is radius is 6. We can write 6 multiply by 6. Height is 8. Now we simplify this. This will be equal to 3 times 2 is 6. Therefore 2 times 6 is 12, 12 times 8 is 96 pi, and this will be equal to 301.6 cubic centimeter, and this approximate in 3SF value, this is 302 cubic centimeter. This is the answer. Question 9, f of x equal to 3x plus 1 into x plus 5 into x minus 4. Find f of 0. X here is 0. We substitute the value x 3 into 0 plus 1 into 0 plus 5 into 0 minus 4, and therefore this value equal to 0 plus 1 is 1, multiply 5 multiply minus 4, this will be equal to minus 20. This is the answer. Part second, g inverse of x. You see here the g of x equal to 2x minus 3. Let g of x equal to y, and therefore x will be equal to g inverse of y. Therefore, if we have to find the inverse function, we make the subject x. You see here we can write this equation y equal to 2x minus 3, and this can be written as y plus 3 equal to 2x, and this will be equal to x will be equal to y plus 3 divided by 2. You see here the x equal to g inverse of y equal to y plus 3 over 2. You see here we have to calculate g inverse of x. Therefore, we replace y by x, and therefore we can write g inverse of x will be equal to x plus 3 over 2. This is the answer. Part third, g h of 2. Firstly, we calculate h of 2. You see here the h of x equal to 4 power 2x minus 1. Therefore, h of 2 will be equal to 4 power 2 multiply 2 minus 1. We replace x by 2. Therefore, we get 4 power 4 minus 1 is 4 power 3. This will be equal to 64. Therefore, gh of 2, we can write it as h of 2 value here is 64. We can write g64 will be equal to g of x is 2x minus 3. Therefore, we write g of x equal to 2x minus 3. Therefore, we can write g of 64 equal to 2 into 64 minus 3. This will be equal to 128 minus 3, and this is 125 is the answer. Part B, g of 2x equal to 7. Find the value of x. You see here g of x equal to 2 into x minus 3. Now we replace x by 2x. We can write g of 2x. And here is 2 as it is. And 2x minus 3. And g of 2x is equal to 7. And we can write 4x minus 3. And this will be equal to 4x equal to 7 plus 3. And this equal to 4x equal to 10. X will be equal to 10 over 4. And this is 5 over 2. And this will be equal to 2.5. And x equal to 2.5 is the answer. Part C, simplify g of x square plus g of x plus 1. You see here g of x equal to 2x minus 3. Now g of x square will be equal to 2x square minus 3. And next is g of x will be equal to 2 into g of x minus 3. You know g of x is 2x minus 3. You can write it as 4x minus 6 minus 3, and this will be equal to 4x minus 9. We put the value in this expression. Now, therefore, we can write it as g of x square plus g of x plus 1. G of x square here is 2x square minus 3 plus g of x is 4x minus 9 plus 1, and this will be equal to 2x square plus 4x minus 3 minus 9 is minus 12 plus 1 is minus 11. This is the answer. Part D, find h inverse of 16. You see here h of x equal to 4 power 2x minus 1. Now you see here we can write it as x equal to h inverse of 4 power 2x minus 1. Therefore, we can write it as h inverse of 16 will be equal to h inverse of 4 power 2x minus 1. This will be cancelled, therefore 16 will be equal to 4 power 2x minus 1, and we can write it as 4 power 2 equal to 4 power 2x minus 1. Both have same base, therefore we can write 2x minus 1 equal to 2 and 2x equal to 3. Therefore, x will be equal to 3 over 2, and this will be equal to 1.5, and this is the answer. Part E, f of x equal to 3x plus 1 into x plus 5 into x minus 4. This can be written as in the form of ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. You see here the f of x equal to 3x plus 1 into x plus 5 minus into x minus 4. Firstly, we expand the last two expression. We write the first expression as it is 3x plus 1, and we multiply x to x, we get x squared, and next x to minus 4, this it become minus 4x, then 5 to x, it would be 5x, plus 5 minus 4 minus 20, and the answer will be x squared plus x minus 20. Therefore, we can write it as 3x into x squared. It would be 3x cubed. Next 3x into x, it become 3x squared. 3x minus 20, it becomes 60x. And next, when we multiply by 1 plus x squared, then 1 multiply x is plus x, and then minus 20. Therefore, we can write it as 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus x squared. We write here is plus 4x squared minus 60 plus 1. That's equal to minus 59x and minus 20 as it is. Now we write the coefficient of x cube. You see here the coefficient of x cube here is a, therefore a is here is 3. The coefficient of x square is b. Here the x square coefficient is 4, therefore this is b is 4 and c is minus 59 and d will be minus 20. This is the answer. Question 10 part A, ABC is a triangle, B is the point 1 minus 10, A is the point 4, 15 and CA equal to minus 11, 8. Find the coordinate of C. Let the coordinate of C, we suppose that is AB, we write in the column form. These we have to calculate the coordinate of C. You know the CA vector equal to OA vector minus OC vector. CA vector here is minus 11, 8, and OA vector here is 4, 14. We write in the column form. Minus OC is AB, and this will be equal to AB. We shift from left to right side, and 4, 14 is written as it is. Shift the minus 11, 8 from left to right side, it become minus 11, 8, and this will be equal to 4 minus minus 11, it become plus 11, 14 plus 8, 14 minus 8, this will be equal to 15, 6, and this is the coordinate of CA 15, 6. Next is find BA. The BA is equal to OA minus OB. The column vector of OA here is 414. Column vector of B is 1 minus 10, and this will be equal to 4 minus 1. Next is 14 plus 10, and this will be equal to 324. We write here is the 324. Next is part third, CA. The CA vector here is minus 11, 8. Therefore, the magnitude of CA will be equal to x square plus y square square root. The coordinate of x here is minus 11 square plus 8 square. It would be 121 plus 64 equal to 185 square root, and this is 13.6, and this is the answer. Part B, first OMN is a triangle, OM equal to A, ON equal to B, R is point on MN such that MR ratio and RN equal to 3 ratio to show that OR equal to 2 over 5 A plus 3 over 5 B. You see here the OR is equal to OM plus MR. MR we can write here MR ratio Rn equal to 3 over 2. Therefore, MR, our Mn, will be equal to 3 over 5, and MR will be equal to 3 over 5 Mn. Mn is equal to On minus Om, and therefore 3 over 5 On is B minus A. Therefore, we write here is OR will be equal to OM is A plus 3 over 5 B minus 3 over 5 A. We can write it as A minus 3 over 5 A plus 3 over 5 B. We take the LCM 1 and 5. This is 5. Therefore, this will be equal to 5A minus 3A plus 3 over 5B, and this is 2 over 5A plus 3 over 5B. This is the proof. And the next part of this question, part second, part A, NT equal to 4A plus KB, OT equal to COR. Find the value of K and the value of C. You see here, this is the figure. The OT here is equal to COR, and this OT can also be written as ON plus NT. We write here is ON plus NT equal to COR. OR here is 2 over 5, A plus 3 over 5, D. ON here is B. NT here is 4A plus KB, and this equal to 2 over 5 C A plus 3 over 5 C B. Both vectors are equal, we compare it. Therefore, we can write 4 equal to 2 over 5 C, and therefore C will be equal to 25 times 4 is 20, 20 over 2, C is equal to 10, B plus 4A plus KB equal to 2 over 5 into 10A plus 3 over 5 into 10B. We can write it as 4A plus 6B equal to 4A plus 1 plus KB. We combine B plus KB, therefore it 1 plus KB. Now we compare the coefficient of A and B. Comparing coefficient of A, B, this will be equal to 4A equal to 4A, 6B equal to 1 plus KB, and BB will be cancelled. Therefore, K plus 1 equal to 6, and K will be equal to 6 minus 1 is 5. We write here is K is 5, C is 10. This is the answer. Now find MT. The MT equal to OT minus OM. OT here is COR. C here is 10. 10 into OR. OR is 2 over 5A plus 3 over 5B minus OM is B. Now we can write it as 20 over 5 is 4A, 20 over 30 over 5 is 6B minus B. Therefore, this will be equal to 4A plus 5B. This is the answer. Question 11, part A, differentiate x cube plus 4x square minus 3x. We differentiate this expression with respect to x. We write here is d over dx into x cube minus 4x square minus 3x, and the derivative of x cube is 3x square. The derivative of x square is 2x. 4 is written as it is, minus 3 into derivative of x is 1, and this equal to 3x square minus 8x minus 3. This is the answer. Part B, a curve has equation y equal to x cube minus 4x square minus 3x. Work out the coordinate of two stationary points. And the curve here is y equal to x cube minus 4x square minus 3x. If we have to calculate the gradient of tangent, we take the derivative of this curve. When we take the derivative of this curve, we get the dy over dx is equal to 3x square minus 8x minus 3. And it shows the gradient of tangent. The gradient of tangent at stationary points equal to 0. Therefore, we write here is 0, and 3x square minus 8x minus 3 equal to 0. Now we factorize this expression using the midterm breaking rule. We multiply 3 into 3 is 9. We take the factor of 9 is 9 into 1. When we subtract it, we get minus 8x. Therefore, we write 3x square minus 9x plus 1x minus 3. And this will be equal to 3x is taken as a common. This is x minus 3 plus 1 as a common into x minus 3. And this x minus 3 into 3x plus 1 equal to 0, and 3x minus 3 equal to 0, or 3x plus 1 equal to 0, and therefore x will be equal to 3, and here x equal to minus 1 over 3. To coordinate of y, we substitute the value of x in this curve equation. You see here y equal to x cube minus 4x square plus 3x. Here x is 3, therefore for x is 3, the y equal to 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square minus 3 into 3. This value equal to 27 minus 36 minus 9, and this will be equal to minus 18. And this is the value of y at x equal to 3. We write a 3 minus 18. Next value we calculate for x equal to minus 1 over 3. We write here is y equal to 1 over 3 cube plus minus 4 into 1 over 3 whole square minus 3 into 1 over 3. And this will be equal to 1 over 27 minus 4 over 9 minus 1, and we can write it as 27 is a LCM of multiply 9 by 3, and we multiply 1 by 27. Therefore, we get 1 minus 12 minus 27, and this value will be equal to 28 minus 12, 16 over 27. We write here is minus 1 over 3, 16 over 27. These are the coordinates of the stationary point. Determine whether each stationary point is maximum or minimum. To find the maximum or minimum points, we take the second derivative d square y over dx square for x equal to minus x equal to 3 and x equal to minus 1 over 3. We take x equal to 3. Second derivative, firstly we take second derivative. The second derivative of this 3 into x square we write here is 2x, and minus derivative of x is 1, we write 8 into 1, minus derivative of 3 is 0. This will be equal to 6x minus 8, and we put the value x here is 3. We write it 6 into 3. 18 minus 8 is 10. This is greater than 0. Therefore, at this point, the stationary point is minimum at x equal to 3. And here x equal to minus 1 over 3, this equal to 6 into minus 1 over 3 minus 8, this equal to minus 10 is less than 0. Therefore, stationary point is maximum at x equal to minus 1 over 3.